Many TOEFL candidates struggle with the email task because they don't know what they need to do to achieve a high score. But if you know what the TOEFL examiners are looking for, it becomes much easier to score high. We've helped thousands of students prepare this way through our TOEFL packages. They discover how strategic preparation can completely change their results. In this video, you'll get 9 powerful tips that separate low-scoring candidates from high-scoring candidates. If you're ready to study smarter, keep watching. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to prepare for the email task in TOEFL writing. Tip number 1 is to understand exactly what the email task tests. This task assesses your ability to communicate effectively in writing for a specific purpose. For example, you might need to describe an issue, propose a solution to a problem, or ask for information. You have 7 minutes to read the prompt and write your response. The prompt presents a situation that could be academic or social. Additionally, you'll see bullet points telling you what information to include. The TOEFL examiners score your email on a scale from 0 to 5. A score 5 response is effective, clearly written, and demonstrates strong language skills throughout. A score 4 response is mostly effective and easy to understand. A score 3 response answers the question, but may have some problems that make parts of the message unclear. Understanding what the examiners look for helps you focus your writing on what matters most. You need to elaborate on your answer to adequately support the communicative purpose of your email. Furthermore, you must use a variety of sentence structures and express yourself precisely. You also need to follow appropriate social conventions and avoid errors. Tip number 2 is crucial. Use transitions to connect your ideas smoothly. Effective linking words help your email flow logically and make it easier for the examiner to follow your thoughts. For adding information, you can use words like moreover, furthermore, or additionally. For contrasting ideas, try nevertheless, however, or on the other hand. Let's compare 2 examples. I need an extension. I had a family emergency. I can't finish on time. Please help. Now, check this out. I am writing to request an extension for the research paper due next Friday. I have completed most of the assignment and conducted all necessary research. However, I experienced a family emergency this week that prevented me from working on the final draft. Additionally, I will need 3 extra days to properly revise and proofread my work. Therefore, I am requesting an extension until Monday to ensure I can submit a high-quality paper. As you can see, the second example uses the transitions. However, additionally and therefore, it flows much better and demonstrates clear relationships between ideas. That's why it's extremely important to use linking words. To ensure you use a variety of linking words and advanced language, use templates. Templates provide you with sentence starters that work for every email in TOEFL writing. They include plenty of linking words and different sentence structures, so you can show the TOEFL examiners that you know how to write complex sentences. This can boost your score. Let me show you some powerful sentence starters you can use in different email situations. For making a formal request, you could use this sentence starter. I am writing to request information regarding. When you need to describe a problem, you might write, I am writing to bring to your attention an issue concerning. For expressing appreciation, you could use, I am writing to thank you for your assistance with. When making suggestions, these are excellent sentence starters. I would recommend considering, it might be beneficial to. These sentence starters work beautifully because they demonstrate that you know how to use a variety of sentence structures. When you use structures like I would recommend or it might be beneficial, you're showing the TOEFL examiners that you can use conditional forms and other complex grammar naturally. The best thing about templates is that you don't have to think about how to start your sentences. You can simply start writing. You use the sentence starter, and then you complete the sentence with your ideas for that particular email task. If you want to write confidently like high-scoring candidates, check out our TOEFL packages. You'll find all the templates and strategies you need to write high-scoring responses. The link is just below this video. Next, address all bullet points and elaborate so that you support the communicative purpose of your response. Simply mentioning each required point isn't enough for a high score. You need to develop each point with relevant details, explanations, or examples. Let's say the task asks you to write to a professor about missing a class. The prompt might tell you to explain why you were absent, ask what material you missed, and request advice on how to catch up. You need to cover all 3 points, but here's the key. You need to elaborate on each one effectively. Don't write, "I was sick and couldn't come to class." Instead, provide more complete information like this. "I was unable to attend Tuesday's lecture because I was experiencing severe flu symptoms. I visited the campus health center that morning and was advised to rest for 2 days to recover fully and avoid spreading the illness to others." This fuller development demonstrates that you can communicate comprehensively and achieve your purpose effectively. This is what high-scoring responses do. The elaboration supports your communicative purpose by giving the professor complete information about your situation. Tip number 5 is essential for scoring high. You must use the appropriate level of formality consistently throughout your email. This means using the right level of politeness and the correct register for your audience. It also means organizing information clearly and formulating actions like requests or suggestions appropriately. The prompt will give you clues about the relationship between you and the recipient. This tells you exactly which level of formality to use. For example, if you are writing to a professor or department administrator, you need formal, respectful language. If you're writing to a classmate or friend, you can use a more casual tone. For formal emails, start with "Dear Professor Smith" or "Dear Dr. Johnson." Use complete words instead of contractions. For example, write "I am writing," not "I'm writing." Maintain a respectful, professional tone throughout. End with "sincerely," "best regards," or "respectfully." For less formal emails to classmates or other people you know well, you might start with "Hi Sarah" or "Hello Alex." You can use a warmer, more personal tone, and contractions are acceptable here. You might close with "best," "thanks," or "see you soon." The key is reading the prompt carefully to identify the appropriate register. Then maintain that level of formality consistently from your greeting through your closing. This consistency is what examiners look for in high-scoring responses. Tip number 6 is to demonstrate a variety of sentence structures in your email. This is essential for scoring well. You need to show you can use different sentence structures accurately, not just simple sentences one after another. High-scoring responses use a mix of sentence types effectively. This includes complex sentences with subordinate clauses, conditional structures, and relative clauses. Let's compare 2 examples. Here is a sentence that uses simple structures only. "I need access to the lab. My research requires special equipment. Can you help me?" Now, check out this sentence. "I am writing to request access to the advanced chemistry lab because my research project requires specialized equipment that is only available in that facility. I would greatly appreciate it if you could grant me the necessary authorization or guide me through the proper process for obtaining lab access." The second version uses a complex sentence with a causal clause. "Because my research project requires specialized equipment." It also uses a relative clause with "that." That is only available in that facility. Additionally, you can see a conditional structure. I would greatly appreciate it if you could grant me the necessary authorization. This variety demonstrates advanced language use that examiners look for in high-scoring responses. Another effective way to boost your score is by using the passive voice. For example, the assignment deadline was extended to Friday. Additionally, you can use participial phrases to show that you know complex grammar. Having reviewed the course syllabus, I understand that late submissions will receive a penalty. The key is using these structures naturally where they fit. Don't force them in awkwardly. When you have an opportunity to show your grammatical range, take it. This is what separates low-scoring from high-scoring candidates. By the way, if you want this channel to keep going, write yes in the comments, click like and subscribe. We only make videos that you actually want to watch. Tip number 7 is to demonstrate advanced vocabulary through paraphrasing. You need to demonstrate precise word choice throughout your email. Instead of using basic words repeatedly, vary your vocabulary with more precise alternatives. Don't write good multiple times. Instead, use words like beneficial, advantageous, or valuable. For professional emails, replace simple phrases with more advanced language. Don't simply write, I have a problem. Instead, write, I experience complications with. Instead of, I need, try, I require, or it would be helpful to receive. Further, use phrases and expressions that native speakers use naturally. For example, instead of make a meeting, write schedule a meeting or arrange a meeting. Instead of give attention to, write address or focus on. Let's look at an example. Here is a basic sentence. The service was very bad and I was very angry. Now, take a look at this more advanced sentence. The service was extremely disappointing and I was quite frustrated by the lack of professionalism. However, here is a warning. Be careful to use vocabulary you're confident about. It's better to use simpler words correctly than to misuse advanced vocabulary. The goal is demonstrating precise word choice that communicates your meaning clearly and effectively. Let's check out tip number 8. Organize information effectively in your email. A well-organized email shows the TOEFL examiner that you understand how to structure written communication clearly. Your email should have a clear opening that states your purpose. Then write a body that develops your main points logically. Finally, make sure your closing wraps up appropriately. Start your email by establishing why you're writing immediately. For formal context, use phrases like, I am writing to inform you that, or I am writing regarding. For less formal situations, you might write, I wanted to let you know that, or I'm reaching out because. In the body of your email, present your points in a logical order. If you're addressing multiple issues or requirements, organize them clearly. You might address the bullet points in the order they appear in the task, or you might group related information together if that makes more sense. For your closing, summarize your main request or expectation if needed, then end with an appropriate sign-off. Formal emails should close with sincerely, best regards, or respectfully followed by your name. Less formal emails can use a closing like best or thanks. This clear organization makes your email easy to follow. It also demonstrates that you understand English writing conventions, which can boost your score. My final tip is to proofread your email carefully. This step is often overlooked, but it's crucial for maximizing your score. After you finish writing your email, proofread carefully. Read through once to make sure you've addressed all the required bullet points. Then check your grammar, looking especially for any errors you tend to make frequently. Even small errors can significantly impact your score. Therefore, your grammar needs to be accurate. Check for subject-verb agreement. Ensure that your verb tenses are correct and make sure your sentences are complete. Additionally, your spelling should be correct, and you should use appropriate punctuation. These aspects of writing matter because they affect how easily your response can be understood. This brief proofreading can catch errors that would otherwise lower your score. Eliminating mistakes through careful proofreading can make a significant difference in your final score. That's it. Those are 9 essential tips for writing high-scoring emails in the TOEFL writing test. If you're serious about achieving the TOEFL score you need, check out our TOEFL packages using the link below. We'll guide you step by step on how to score high, so you'll feel confident on test day. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you're notified when the next video comes out. Also, share this video with your friends so they can improve their TOEFL score too. See you in the next video!